Marshawn Lynch is shown sitting during the national anthem before a Raiders game earlier in November. Jason Vin Love, USA Today Sports. As he has done before every Raiders game this year, including in the preseason, Marshawn Lynch sat Sunday during a pregame rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. However, because Oakland was playing this week in Mexico, that country's national anthem was also performed, and Lynch stood up for it. Marshawn Lynch sits during the U.S. national anthem. Stands for Mexican Anyhem Pick. Twitter.com, 8 Dak Preki Benvolin. @Benvolin. November 19, 2017. Mexican national anthem being sung on field at Estadio Azteca, and throughout the crowd. Marshawn Lynch rose for it. Pick. Twitter.com, PZ4 Go Few Michael Gelkin. @GelkinFL. November 19, 2017. According to ESPN, Lynch was standing on the Raiders' sideline when the U.S. anthem began, then took his customary seat a few bars into the song. The veteran running back, who prefers not to speak to the media, has yet to explain the reason behind his protests. But before a Week 4 game, he wore a shirt with a message, "Everybody versus Trump." Lynch was out of the NFL last season when former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick began sitting and then kneeling during the anthem, inspiring other football players and athletes in different sports to stage their own protests. After parting ways with San Francisco in March, Kaepernick has yet to be signed, prompting him to file a grievance against team owners for colluding to keep him out of the league. Lynch was one of a relative handful of NFL players staging protests at the start of this season. But over 200 took a knee in Week 3, with entire teams and owners linking arms, after President Trump called for players staging demonstrations to be fired and used the phrase, "son of a bitch," playing in London that week. The Jaguars were among the squads that had some players kneel, but their team president subsequently apologized to Jacksonville-based military representatives after those players stood up during a rendition of God Save the Queen. LeBron James compares blackballed Colin Kaepernick to Martin Luther King Jr. It bears repeating that we were remiss in not fully comprehending the effect of the national anthem. Demonstration occurring on foreign soil has had on the men and women who ever continue to serve our country, the team president, Mark Lamping, wrote in a letter to Jacksonville officials via ESPN. Similarly, we today can better appreciate how standing for God Save the Queen may have been viewed negatively by our armed forces here in Jacksonville and beyond. Since Week 3, NFL player protests during the anthem have dwindled but not vanished entirely. According to ESPN, players staging some form of demonstration in Week 11 included the Eagles' Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod, the Giants' Olivier Vernon, the Chiefs' Marcus Peters, the Rams' Robert Quinn, the Titans' Richard Matthews and the Dolphins' Kenny Stills, Michael Thomas and Julius Thomas. The Seahawks, who play Monday, are expected to have several players stage protests, including defensive end Michael Bennett. Read more from the Post. Michael Bennett and other athletes call on NFL teams to sign Kaepernick. Bills' Nathan Peterman benched after throwing 5 interceptions in first half. The New York Giants haven't quit quite yet. Just ask the Chiefs. The Redskins suffer another major injury, as Chris Thompson is lost for the season.